Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. We have the best World Cup guide ever. Arise sports analyst Aaron Akirajola has been guiding us down the road to Russia 2018. We've talked about everything from our star Super Eagle players to the jerseys to players with dual citizenships and so much more. Today, Aaron will be highlighting the top 5 World Cup goal celebrations. This is the African edition. Welcome to the morning show, Aaron.
Hi, ladies. How are you doing today?
The morning show.
Yeah.
Great to have you here.
No, this is actually very, very fun, I must actually say, because we're looking at it. The World Cup is about three things. The fans, the players, and the goals.
And the cup.
Not necessarily the cup, because at the end of the day, there's only one team amidst the 32 teams that will actually live with the trophy. The trophy is ultimately important, but for the comediary spirit, it's always the people that will be attending, the players that will be participating. Now the celebrations that will come from the World Cup, it's always something you look forward to, because trust me, we get to see things time and time again, because great goals will be scored, and we also want great celebrations to match equally great goals. So,
Okay, so first up we have Finidi George.
Yes, okay, Finidi George, of course, a fantastic player for the Super Eagles. Back in 1994 against Greece, he scored one of 2 goals, and he did something that became a trend ultimately by scoring a goal and walking to the post and actually peeing. All right, the dog pee that became synonymous. Very weird at the time, but come on. Trust me, it was a fad. People in Europe started doing this when they score goals. They actually creep like a dog and go and try to pee yourself in. Stephanie, I can see the look on your face.
It's really weird.
It was really fun. It was really fun. Okay, moving away from that.
Let's move to
next.
one that we remember.
Okay.
Yakini.
Rashidi Yakini, of course, same 1994 Olympics, 1994 World Cup in USA, and this was the very first game, the very first goal scored by Nigeria, and everybody always remembers this.
Goal. Is it possible to see the goal?
Yeah, certainly, because he's shaking the net like he wanted to rip the net off, or like he had a problem with the net, like you have been wanting to score, you've not allowed me, I have gotten you. That beautiful Rashidi Yakini, that is one of the best goals.
I know.
So who's up next?
All right, in the same game, because Nigeria went on to beat Bulgaria in our first game 3-0. The second goal was equally memorable. So if we thought the celebration for Rashidi Yakini was good enough, Daniel the Bull Amokachi said, no, I will not be taught. All right, and he scored a beautiful goal, and the dance step was what even made it more sumptuous.
I remember this dance.
Yes, he was really sidestepping and actually swinging his arms. I tried to learn this dance, but it's hard. Trust me.
It's for a special class of people, Aaron. Special group of people. That's I love the dance.
All right, the beautiful dance, memorable dance, I was actually saying. Now note, these goals I'm actually mentioning are actually in the world list. Most of these goals are actually in the world list. All right.
Amazing. So next up we have Agahoa.
Yes, Julius Agahoa. All right, the former policeman who became a footballer. All right, fantastic guy. He's just 36 years of age.
Transition.
Yes, and he did something that was powerful this time around. When he scored his own goal, he did a backflip. He kept on going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that threw the doubles, I think it's double spin they call it.
Wow. Talk about, he should have represented us at Olympics for gymnastics.
Yeah, exactly.
We should have, so this is a total of 7 flips. You should have, gone for the gymnastics.
It was something else, off the chain, or as I say, off the sheazer. That was really powerful, there from Julius Agahoa. And that was one of the few, 2 goals he actually scored in there. That was in that particular World Cup. All right, that was in the 2002 World Cup, the Korea-Japan 2002. Nigeria represented greatly in that game. Against Sweden, I must actually add.
Right. So who do we have? Oh, we have Gian.
Okay, Asabo Gian, this is the dancing man. He's called the dancing man from Ghana. And trust me, against Germany, that was the game against Germany. The game ended 2-2. And he scored, and he decided to carry all his friends and say, let us do our own step. He's actually an artist, a footballer that is an artist. He has some songs out. So he's actually a big star in Ghana.
Yeah, so this was way before Azonto days.
Yeah, and this was the dance. Maybe this was the dance that was really gathered then. All right, try to sidestep.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing we should have actually done was talk about footballers with side gigs.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know this guy was an artist.
Yeah. Maybe one of them will try to do that. Now, quickly, we've mentioned 5 names, the top 5, but there are some notable names on this, notable people that we must actually recognize who have actually scored goals that were out of this world and were always remembered.
Yeah, of course, see Shabalala here.
Yeah, Sifiwe Shabalala, because the World Cup in South Africa. And then South Africa was playing the first match, and it was the first World Cup in African soil ever, the first and only for now. And he scored the goal. It was so memorable, and the dance step was equally memorable. All right, doing the
Macarena, kind of.
Yeah, there is a name for the dance in South Africa. I think it's the Jabulani dance. Okay, all right.
Well, okay, so they probably rehearsed this. Do you think players actually rehearse and say,
they do.
When we score, we're gonna have we're gonna do this dance?
They do. Yes. They actually do, because they hope. There are 2 things they do. Some of them write on their shirts because they feel they should score, and some of them actually rehearse these things because they feel they would score. So that when it happens, when this happens, it looks very memorable. And of course, one man, I don't think he rehearsed this. The last person wants to just call quickly. All right, Roger Milla. He was the oldest. He's still the oldest man to have actually attended the World Cup at 38 for Cameroon. All right, Italian 90, and he scored a goal, and everybody always still remembers that goal. 4. And he was going and actually shaking, and they were laughing that maybe he was thinking the flagpole was a woman or something that was actually wiggling like that. And this is when they talk about the World Cup. There is no advert FIFA is doing about the World Cup that they don't use this goal celebration. It's that famous.
Nice.
It is synonymous with the World Cup. When you get to see the goal, you know that the World Cup is closer and we expect these things. Africa knows how to turn the heat. Trust
me.
me.
They know how to turn up on the pitch as well.
Yeah, you know. So, like I said to you, if we're to do a world list, we've mentioned 7. 6 out of those 7 will be on the world list, top 10. It's that good.
Amazing.
It's that good.
Amazing. Thank you, Aaron.
A pleasure. This was actually fun for me too, I would say.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment with you. Yeah, well, moving on, last week I hung out at a nice, healthy spot in Lekki, and we'll be bringing you all of that goodness after the break on Arise Hot Spots. Don't go away.